Good morning and welcome to the video for Thursday, July the 16th. This is going to be a video for our upcoming fourth graders. And on Monday, I was telling you that we would be doing a video with multiplication and division. I kind of misspoke, but I am going to show you one thing that we're going to use division to reduce fractions, because I will ask you to do that earlier than the book will. But these will be strategies that we will use to work on multiplying fractions, either by whole numbers or working with multiplying mixed numbers by whole numbers. There's just one extra step that we do here. So the first way that we will teach that will be using a number line. And then what we will ask you to do is to go ahead and change this answer into multiplying a number times a unit fraction. And so if I wanted to actually find the real answer would be 9/4, which we would get by doing 3 times 3. This is kind of similar to rewriting it this way. And when you get in 5th grade, we'll talk about that a little bit more, because we will multiply the top and bottom numbers sometimes. Let's say if I wrote 3/2 times 3/4, then I would multiply these two bottom numbers to get an 8 on the bottom. I would multiply these two numbers to get a 9 on the top. So that's the way that that would normally look, but I'm not really worried about that for right now. What they may ask you to do is to go ahead and write this out as 9 times 1/4. And so we talk about this as multiplying by a unit fraction. How many groups of a unit fraction as we're using the number line. Let's do this one real quick. So again, with the same kind of idea, we could do this just by multiplying the top number here by the top number here. One important thing to keep in mind is that the strategy that we would use to find equivalent fractions is slightly different than doing actual multiplication. If I didn't already include that strategy for finding equivalent fractions, I'll go back and look. I may do a separate video about that, because it uses multiplication and division to generate new fractions. But this time we're just going to do 6 times 2 across the top. That gives us 12. And then our denominator stays the same because we would be multiplying that times 1. And so that would give us 12/3. Now's a part where we would use division sometimes to reduce the fraction. So I can count by 3s to get to 12. So I can do 12 divided by 3. And that is going to give us the whole number 4. So I would have 4 groups of 3 to get my 12/3. And so I will ask you to do that. The book doesn't always ask you to do that. You will be expected to do that more in 5th grade. The last thing I want to go over with for today is how we're going to do multiplication by a whole number if we have a mixed number. So our strategy for converting a mixed number to an improper fraction is to take our bottom number, which is 3, and we are going to multiply it by the number on the outside, which is 2. And that's going to give us 6 parts. Then we are going to add the numerator. So 6 plus 1 would give us 7. And so our improper fraction is going to keep the same denominator. And so we're going to end up with 7/3. And so that's the first step of doing this problem. Now we can go ahead and apply that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and write the times 2 here. We're going to do 7 times 2 to change our top number to 14. The denominator is going to stay the same. We are not going to be able to reduce this, so we would be finished with an answer of 14/3. And so that covers the things I want to go over with for today. Hope your summer is going well. Hope this makes sense for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to have your parents email me. We are getting ready to look at how things are going to be working for school with regard to how we're going to be doing the instruction. So I think having the chance to see these and understand what we're going to be working with will be helpful to preparing for that particular part of the school year where I'm having to make decisions about how to adjust the way that I teach. So again, if you have any questions, please have your parents reach out to me via email. Hope you have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will be on Monday.